Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit. I absolutely love crispy and delicious Chinese egg rolls, whether I eat them in a restaurant, order takeout, or make them myself at home, which homemade is always better. But I have to have the pungent, spicy, blow open your nasal cavity Chinese hot mustard. And the sweet and slightly tangy duck sauce. It's like gravy and egg foo young. You can't have egg foo young without gravy. It's just not the same. The hot mustard and the duck sauce they serve in the little bowls in the Chinese restaurants is much better than the mustard and duck sauce in the little packets. Those little packets of mustard and duck sauce have a lot more ingredients in them, they don't taste as good, and I've gotten them before and they've been rancid. And we all know homemade is always better. So today, I'm going to show you how simple and easy it is to make Chinese hot mustard and duck sauce. That's a heck of a lot better than the little packets and as good or better than your local Chinese restaurant. So let's get started with the Chinese hot mustard. I've been making this mustard for years and I've used a lot of different brands of mustard powder. And as long as you use a decent quality mustard powder, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between the brands. Well, at least I can't tell a difference. And the amount of mustard powder you use is totally dependent on how much you want to make. If you want to make a little bit of mustard, use a little bit of mustard powder. If you want to make a lot of mustard, use a lot of mustard powder. In other words, it's not going to get spicier the more you add. It's just going to make more mustard. And remember, a little bit of Chinese hot mustard goes a long way. I'm only making a little bit of mustard today, so I'm only using about 2 tablespoons of mustard powder. Now this next step is where it gets complicated, so pay attention and write it down. You'll need to add water, and it can be any kind of water you like. Tap water, spring water, distilled water, cheap bottled water, expensive bottled water, or diet calorie-free water. It doesn't matter. The water can be cold, warm, hot, or even boiling. Again, it doesn't matter. You want to add little bits of water at a time until you get your mustard to your desired consistency. If you want it real loose and watery, add a lot of water. If you want it thicker, add less water. If you accidentally end up adding too much water, just add a little bit more mustard powder. Give it a good mix until it's nice and smooth. And there's a lot of other recipes out there that have a lot more ingredients, and they're probably really good. But if you want hot Chinese mustard like it is in a restaurant, this is all there is to it. Now if you tasted it right now, it's not going to be very spicy. So cover it up with a piece of plastic wrap, and then let it sit and mature on the counter or in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. A couple hours or overnight is even better. Now for the duck sauce, and there's many different recipes you're going to find online, cookbooks, magazines, etc. that use a lot of different ingredients. But I'm going to show you how to make duck sauce with only 2 ingredients, and it tastes just like the duck sauce in Chinese restaurants. The only 2 things you're going to need is a jar of apricot preserves and a bottle of white vinegar. Yes, that's it. Again, there's no exact measurements. It all depends on how much you want to make and how sweet or how tart you want to make it. Again, I'm only going to make a small amount today, but if you want to make larger amounts of this and the mustard, you can, and it'll keep in the refrigerator for quite a while. In a small bowl, add the apricot preserves. If you'd rather have a smoother texture, you can use apricot jelly. And then start adding the white vinegar a little bit at a time. Give it a good mix. Once it's thoroughly mixed and everything's well combined, give it a taste. If it's too sweet, add just a little bit more vinegar. If it's too tart, add more preserves. Keep doing that until you have the perfect duck sauce for your taste. If you remember in the beginning of the video, all I talked about making this for was crispy, delicious egg rolls. So I'm sure you're going to find it strange that I'm using it for spring rolls today. Well, you can use the mustard and the duck sauce on a lot of things. Egg rolls, spring rolls, fried wontons, crab rangoons, and whatever else you want to use it for. But there's a method to my madness today. I needed the mustard and the duck sauce to use in an upcoming What Are We Eating video for Dollar Tree spring rolls, which that's what you see me eating. The mustard and the duck sauce were delicious. But were the Dollar Tree spring rolls any good? Well, if I told you, it would ruin the surprise. So you're going to have to stay tuned and watch and see. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.